So Ubisoft just did a massive deep dive on all of the new content that is coming in XDefiant's first season. We got brand new gameplay and insights of the new GSK faction, the 3 new weapons, the new mastery camos, maps, ranked mode, and even got some answers from the developers on commonly asked community questions and requested features. In other words, we've got a lot to unpack today. G'day there once again viewers, your mate Kamikaze78 here, and today let's take a deep dive into all of the information we have for XDefiant Season 1 and the future of the game more broadly. So wasting no time today guys, I want to get straight into the GSK operatives and everything that we've learnt about these new combatants. First and foremost, for me in particular, we learnt that this faction's passive ability is going to be an ongoing reduction of headshot damage across the board. Exactly how much this headshot damage reduction is, we don't know yet, but based on the fact that the operator in this footage takes a sniper shot to the face and doesn't die, tells me that this is going to be a serious buff. I mean, with this ability alone, I can see this faction being a very popular pick across the broader community, especially in higher skill ranked lobbies where headshots are more likely to be prevalent. But of course, we've also got to talk about the faction's active abilities as well, and we've learnt a lot about the inner workings of these tools today as well. The barbed wire in the game is actually a shock trap that will slow and damage players over time who walk through it. For those who are Rainbow Six Siege veterans, the ability covers a far wider area by comparison to its Rainbow Six counterpart, which affords the ability far more choke point management that better fits the XDefiant map design. From what I can see in the gameplay here, the quote-unquote shock effect doesn't appear to work the same way as the DedSec Spider stun ability. The shock trap just appears to slow you down and damage you over time, so you're not going to want to take a stroll through it, if you know what I mean. Grenades or melee hits are required to take this ability out, so good positioning or team synergy with another GSK operative running, say, the Active Defense System, or ADS for short, is going to make this shock wire incredibly annoying to deal with. Which, speaking of, puts us onto the GSK's second, and dare I say more powerful ability, the ADS. This is basically a trophy system that can be creatively attached to walls, roofs, or any surfaces of the like. Now, unlike the Rainbow Six equivalent of the same device, the ADS in this game will only be active for a short period of time, but will intercept as many explosive devices that are thrown at it while it is operational, instead of it being active for an incredibly long time while only having a select number of charges to intercept with. Honestly, this ability, noting how it works now, is going to be crucial in those dire moments of zone control and occupy in particular. When an enemy team decides to go for that Hail Mary push, having one of these things on a point in a really creative position that are hard to counter is going to be such a game changer. I also imagine that you're going to be able to attach this thing to escort drones as well, which I imagine is going to make for some really clutch last minute pushes as well. The developers also confirmed in the XD brief that the DedSec operators running Hijack are going to be able to grab this ability as well. So DedSec by virtue are going to feel far stronger in the game now with this ability in its place. The ultimate ability for GSK, the Flashbang Shield, looks like it's going to be a very strong last stand or breaching tool, especially given that, much like we predicted in my last video covering Season 1, the operator will be equipped with a souped up 93R pistol to fight back with while using the ultimate. I'm expecting that we'll see some pretty clutch gameplay clips with this ability in action, and truth be told, I'm really liking the looks of the gameplay with the new GSK faction here. It does sit outside of my personal playstyle a little bit, being a more defensive-orientated faction, but I think the utility and the survivability with headshots that this faction brings to the table might actually make these guys a favorite not just for myself, but in the broader community. Very keen to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below, so jump on down there and let me know your thoughts on GSK as well, among all the other things coming in Season 1. And speaking of the other things that are coming in Season 1, we've got to talk about the new weapons here as well, because we got a lot of very interesting insights as to how these new weapons are going to fit into the broader arsenal today too. The LVOA-C is the 6th assault rifle to come to the game, and this thing is going to be a gassed up M4A1 according to the developers, sporting better handling and a better fire rate at the cost of recoil control and damage over range. Now, having a deeper look at the trailer here, we can see the LVOA-C dishing out 17 damage per shot at CQC or in the maximum damage range, which is the exact same damage per shot that the M4A1 is pumping out as well. So I suspect that this thing, especially if it has an amped fire rate, rate is going to be an absolute menace for CQC demons. The developers even confirmed in the XD brief that this thing will have one of the fastest time to kills in the assault rifle category when it comes to body shots. So yeah, be prepared for a lot of SMG builds coming out of this thing. It's going to dominate the AR pick for a lot of hyper-aggressive players, I feel. The L115 is the third sniper rifle coming to the game in Season 1, and I'm not going to lie guys, I have some concerns about it, especially given my position on sniping in the game more broadly and how it's currently balanced. The L115 is going to be the middle ground entry between the M44 and the TAC-50, sporting a middle-of-the-road damage profile and mobility, and kinda sees it being the jack-of-all-trades between the two sniper rifles that we have now. The devs have confirmed that the L115 is designed to hit its one-shot kills from a middle torso shot and above, which to me feels like a lot of forgiveness and flexibility for a one-shot kill weapon in a game like this. Throw in the fact that this weapon is meant to be faster handling than the TAC-50, and yeah, I fear that we might have a bit of a demon on our hands here to a fault, but time will obviously tell. But of course, we can't forget about the boomstick that is the sawed-off shotgun that's coming to the game. And look, obviously, this thing is going to operate about as we expected it to do so. It's a secondary 2-tap shotty, very short range, but high damage in those panic situations. Not really much to dive into there, but the developers have outlined that the key trade-off with this weapon is that there's approximately a 5 to 10% movement speed nerf by comparison to the other secondary weapons in the game. Which to me sounds like a fair trade-off for a weapon that could potentially be a really powerful panic weapon of all things. I am going to be doing reviews and guides for all of these upcoming weapons, so be sure to get subscribed if you've not done so already, so you don't miss out on that content. In relation to not just these brand new weapons, but also the broader weaponry arsenal out there, my camo and mastery grinders here in the community, you guys are eating good this update. The Titanium series of camos, coined Violet, Azure, and Prisma, are also coming to the game in Season 1, and will give you new things to grind out for on your favorite weapons. I'm not going to lie, I think Azure and Prisma in particular look stunning, and I am very much looking forward to getting my hands on them after some more grinding. But one of the big things that appears to be of focus with XDefiant Season 1 is the introduction of its ranked mode, and giving players a much needed way to climb those skill ladders and get that skill expression out in a ranked and organized format. The ranked mode of XDefiant will be built up using the Occupy, Domination, Zone Control, and Escort game modes, of which some will have modifications in comparison to their casual counterparts to ensure that they are the fairest and most competitive environment possible. XDefiant's ranked mode will be a 4v4 format made up of 7 ranks, each of which will have 10 sub-levels per rank. Those ranks will be Bronze, Silver, Gold, Ruby, Emerald, Diamond, and Legends, with the Legends rank representing the top 500 players for a ranked season. Now, as far as queuing up with your friends is concerned in this ranked mode, the highest and lowest level party members must be within 15 levels of each other to be in the same ranked queue. At this stage, you can queue as a crew of 4 before reaching the Diamond rank, until which that limitation changes to a max party size of 2. The developers have outlined that going forward, they may decide to add new game modes to the ranked playlist if the modes are successfully tested in the casual playlist first. Personally, I think this is a fantastic decision, as it ensures that, the quality of the matches and the quality of the format remains, true and not compromised by shitty testing. And as far as your progression through the ranked season goes, it's going to be incredibly transparent, and that's something that I'm really liking here with XDefiant's ranked mode based on what we've seen here. Your ranked points, or your RP, are going to be visible to you throughout the entirety of the game. You'll see exactly where you sit within your sub-level, how much RP you are from both gaining or losing a rank, and whether you win or lose a match is going to be the primary determinator as to whether you'll lose or gain RP. Now, the developers have confirmed that your public-facing RP is the only determination as to how you'll get matched up with other players in this ranked mode. However, there will be a background MMR system that will determine the more intricate details of skill between players once they are in those match-made lobbies. The MMR system will then be used to best balance the teams after the match has been found, but beyond that, MMR will have no impact on the actual matchmaking process. MMR will determine the weighting at times for how much RP you're gaining or losing between matches. So for example, if your team has a slightly higher MMR than the opponent's team, then you are weighted to gain less RP if you win the match or lose more RP if you lose the match. So on and so forth, vice versa. Your individual performance respective to the rest of your team members will also impact how much RP you lose or gain per match as well. So if you did the absolute best you could to carry what was really a below average set of teammates, you're not going to lose as much RP in the process, which again is good to see. But the developers once again emphasize that rest assured, ping is king and rank points are king within this ranked playlist. Players who participate in the ranked playlist throughout the season will be entitled to earn Season 1 exclusive cosmetic rewards as well, and these appear to be taking the form of a paintball line of cosmetics, which actually fit in line visually with the Rockefeller map that is set to release later in the Season 2. Clubhouse will be the only map that we receive on launch day, with the other two maps arriving at a later date, so we'll be covering those two maps in more detail as we learn more about them. But the XD Brief Deep Dive did give us a really good look at the Clubhouse map. It's clear that obviously a lot of inspiration came from the original R6 variant of the map, but work has been done to ensure that it fits with the XDefiant pace of gameplay and just the overall gameplay flow. The rooms are larger, they've expanded the overall size of the map, there's less choke points with more opened walls that match the vibe set by R6's destruction, but ensures that there's enough freedom and verticality to best enjoy the map as well. Overall, it does look like a very fun map to get into, and I've also got a feeling that the GSK faction in particular is going to be very powerful here. Now, that is all the main insights that we gained about Season 1 in this XD brief and this media release that we got today, but the developers also did give us some key insights into frequently asked questions about XDefiant and what we can expect to come to the game as well. For example, a prestige system is coming and is in development as we speak. There are more updates coming to the Mastery Camo system, potentially including more Mastery Camos for us to grind. Mouse and keyboard support is expected to come to consoles very, very soon, and private matches are also being worked on to better facilitate a competitive scene, as well as more opportunities for you to frag and scrim with your mates. While a kill cam was not confirmed with any kind of timeline, the developers have also said that they are focusing on implementing it, and it is in the pipeline. Again, no ETA on when this is going to happen, but it's good to hear that it is in fact being worked on. And saving arguably the best for last, the search and destroy mode for XDefiant, codenamed Bomb, is coming mid-Season 1. Apparently this is a last-minute addition, but it is being fast-tracked based on popular demand, so yeah guys, congratulations, you are getting S&D in XDefiant much faster than you thought you were. But that, folks, is all of the details I was able to grab from today's X-Brief about XDefiant Season 1. I must be honest, folks, I'm very much looking forward to the launch of this season and getting my mitts on it, and we will also be streaming the launch of the season this week as well, so give us a follow on our Twitch channel, first link in the description down below. It'd be lovely to have you part of that community there as well. But of course, if you guys enjoyed today's video, immediately backhand that like button and get subscribed to the channel for more XDefiant content coming very soon, alongside a slew of other first-person shooter content too. Once again, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Peace out, and I will see you guys all in the next one. Take care, guys. Have a good one.